Guys, welcome back to an episode of my Madden intro series, where we take a look at different Madden intros throughout the last 25 years, from Madden 2002 all the way up to Madden 2025. This is going to be the Detroit Lions in this episode. If you'd like me to do a different team, tell me down below. So far, we have done the Eagles and we have done the Commanders. So this is our third team on this series. But this series is based on what you guys are recommending down below. So if you want to see a certain team, tell me. So we are going to be skipping a couple different Maddens throughout this video, just because the intro didn't change much in those Maddens. And that's going to be Madden 03 and 04. We are skipping those two. So we're going from 2002, where we're starting right now, to 2005. And then we're going to be skipping Madden 21, 22, and 23. So we're skipping a total of 5 Maddens, which, to be honest, you're not missing much because there isn't any change between those 5 Maddens when it comes to the intros. They kind of copied and pasted throughout the years. So starting off with Madden 05 here, we just came over from Madden 02. I'll be honest with you, I absolutely am starting to love this series because I love seeing these older players. You know, I kind of forget about some of these lineups. I was born in 96, so some of these guys that I, kind of grew up watching, I'm now getting to see again. And, I love football, but there are some times I forget about certain players in football. I feel like we all do, right? You forget about certain players over the years, and definitely a nice little blast from the past when it comes to some of this. So 2005 was the last Madden last Madden where it was originally on original Xbox and PS2 and GameCube and stuff like that, because Madden 06 took us over to Xbox 360 and PS3. So we still had original Xbox and PS2 getting Madden all the way up to Madden 09. But Madden 06, which is the one on the screen right here, this is when we really started seeing, Madden on Xbox 360, PS3, the graphics got better, gameplay was better. It was actually like a full-on Madden simulator, game simulator. A lot better. Then Madden 07 happened, this one right here. And so far, for some reason, I thought Ford Field looked a little bit different in these Maddens, but I guess not. Now, Big Chungus right there running out with the team. These baby blue unis kind of go hard. I'm not gonna lie. These baby blue unis kind of go hard, man. Now, this is during the time when the Lions were not a good team. Like nowadays, obviously, they're really good. Super Bowl contender every year pretty much now. But back in 2007, that's, I believe, when they went 0-16. So this is definitely not a Madden where if you were a Lions fan, you were excited to pick up the game, because you already knew your team was absolutely a buns. Now we're going to go ahead and switch over to Madden 2008. And I love how it just says mod on the scoreboard. Now, Madden 2008 is awesome because it does this thing where it actually shows off the top players from each team when they run out, which I freaking love. I wish they did that with, the actual current Maddens, but sadly they do not. So it's one of those situations where the older Maddens are always better because they actually have more features than the newer Maddens, because EA Sports cared more. Or maybe there was just better people working on them. I don't know. Dev teams, I feel like over the years gotten so much worse with EA Sports, so it is what it is. But Madden 2008 is kind of goated for their intro because this is the only Madden that does this. No other Madden did this. And you would think maybe EA would copy and paste this intro throughout all the other Maddens, but nope, did not. They said Madden 2008, we're going to go hardcore on it, and every other Madden's not going to have the same, luxury of having the players and showing who the players are. I don't know why. They just skipped it. So the next Madden on the docket here is Madden 09, arguably the shortest intro sequence period. This is the worst Madden intro sequence because it really isn't a Madden intro sequence. As you're going to see, it's a very short, simple, and to the point. It shows off the outside of Ford Field. It's the first one actually where we see the outside of the stadium. Kind of shows some fireworks stuff, shows Madden 2009, shows the teams, and that is it. Yep. That is as simple as possible. Madden 2010. 2 years before we get the actual best Madden of all time, which is Madden 12, and I don't even want to hear it. That is the best Madden, period. I don't care what anyone has to say about it. This one was also cool because it actually did show off like the best players from most teams, like quarterbacks wise. Showed off stats. It showed off like, Larry Fitzgerald, 46 career touchdowns. This is a 6 in the NFL. It was a cool concept, right? Now we got Madden 11, which kind of piggybacks off Madden 10 a little bit. Sometimes it can get a little crazy, but Madden 11's big thing, though, is they show this stuff. They show, like, the outside tailgating, fans, celebrating, getting snacks before the game. This is, again, every single team for Madden 11 kind of has their own specialty here. And they also piggybacked off Madden 10 and said, hey, we're also going to show off the best players from each side of the game. So it was a cool concept. I like it when they do the little cool concepts like this. Especially if you're a Madden franchise guy, you appreciate this stuff. If you're not, then you probably don't care. But you know what? Hey, I got your back. Because now you're going to get to see all this stuff that you probably missed or you just weren't old enough to see. Anyway, though, going ahead and skipping here, we're going to be skipping to Madden 2012, which in my opinion was the best Madden of all time. And this is when we're going to start seeing like these top-down angle shots of Ford Field and actually see like, kind of more of the outside of the building. They kind of, after Madden 12, they started doing this a lot. And I think it's just kind of like, oh, hey, look, we have bigger maps. We have more area to go through. Look at what we can add to the actual, game, right? Big feature update. You got the guys running out with the flags. You got the players running out. Not bad. Pretty good looking. You got the coaches on the sideline, which we obviously see nowadays when it comes to the intros of like Madden 25, for example. You got Calvin Johnson Jr. You got Matthew Stafford. So all the players run out, and then you got the captains run out after them, which... Again, like I said, just freaking dope. So I'm like reliving my childhood right now looking at this. Whenever I look at these, I was reliving my childhood. I never played the Lions when I was a kid, but Anyway, so now we're going to go ahead and go over to Madden NFL 13, which arguably is the best MUT of all time. So, if you are a MUT head, then Madden 13 was the greatest. It was just everything about Madden 13 MUT-wise was amazing, but everything about Madden 13 gameplay-wise was pretty buns. Gameplay was not good. You could literally cheese the system and just have a guy run on the outside, like an outside near the sideline route, and you could not see the player, and you could just cheese that pretty much every single time. It was the most cheesiest crap ever, but... Madden 13 was still a really great game for Ultimate Team, and I think it really is the reason why Ultimate Team is so successful today, is because Madden 13 and then Madden 25 was so good for Ultimate Team. And obviously, the rest is history. But a lot of like the OG content creators started on like uploading videos on Madden 13 Ultimate Team, and some of them are still here today with us making content, some of them are not. Anyway, though, kind of skipping over now to Madden 25. This was our first Madden that was on Xbox One and PS4. It was kind of like the transitional year, though, because it wasn't like you had to go to Xbox One or PS4, but it was kind of recommended because now it's on those consoles. Madden 15 and on was when, okay, this is like, it's next-gen Madden, okay? It's next-gen Madden. We gave you a chance to transition over. You better start transitioning over. But Madden 25 was kind of that transitional year. It was like, oh, hey guys, by the way, if you want to, you can technically go ahead and, you know, play next gen Madden. It's going to be the coolest thing ever. Graphics are better. The game is probably exactly the same, but you know, graphics look better. You see guys that look more realistic. It was also the end of the 360 era, which I don't say end of it, but it was like the writing was on the wall. It's Xbox One time. It's PS4 time. Like, you know, you can still play PS3 at that time and Xbox 360, but bruh, it's time to move on. Which is funny. Because I feel like a lot of people stayed on 360, rightfully so. 360 was goated. All right, so now we're on to Madden 15, and this is when we actually get into the, you know, next-gen experience. And graphically, it does look better. I give them a lot of props because graphically, it actually looks really freaking good. Detail-wise is insane compared to, like, the older Maddens. It is still Madden, though, so it's like, is it a roster update? It's a roster update with some extra makeup on it. Now we get into Madden 16, which is a very short intro, by the way. Madden 15 and 16, I feel like are very short intros altogether because they're almost identical. They're almost identical, Madden 15 and 16. You're not going to see much difference. Yep. Roster update with some extra makeup on it. It's kind of how I look at it. So our last console Madden we're going to be looking at today, well, I guess not, they're all console Maddens, but the last console Madden on this video wise will go ahead and be this one right here, which is Madden 17. Madden 15, yeah, 17. So Madden 17, I love Madden 17 when it comes to like the intros. It's not like the craziest, I'll be honest with you, but it does the job. It does the job. It's a pretty simplistic intro, but it does the job. Next one we're looking at here is going to be Madden 19. This one is when we actually have... All right, sorry about that cut, guys. So now we are into Madden 19, which this is the first, like, there's actual outside of stadiums, Maddens. Although the Lion Stadium in Madden 19 was a void stadium, so I guess that's technically not true, low-key, because there is no outside of this stadium. This is a void stadium, so the outside is just going to be, you know, sunlight. If you look at the corners right there, you can see it's this artificial, crazy sunlight, which I wish they would have made it a little bit more natural. I guess when I played the game, I never really noticed, so I guess it's not like that big of a deal, but it is what it is. So taking a look at this, though, we got the players running out, pointing up to the air, absolute amazingness. And of course, now let's go to Madden 20. Madden NFL 20. Still a really great game, to be honest. 21, 22, and 23. Again, like I said, they're pretty much all the same. But 21 was the worst year of all time because it had no mods. So we couldn't really have fun with the game. EA Sports was in this like weird, like, we don't want people to have fun type of mode. So we just had to deal with them, you know, being L company. But for Madden 20, this is actually a pretty dang good intro. Like, obviously it doesn't show the outside of the stadium, but for the inside of the stadium, it actually does look really good. Really gets a nice shots on both sides of the players. Really actually like this intro. But yes, the outside is still a void, so you can see from the gigantic glass windows that that's all going to be a void. So you don't really get to see any of the outside or any chance of the outside, which kind of does suck, but it is what it is. But it does actually have a pretty damn good intro compared to Madden 24 and 25, which are kind of mid. I shouldn't say that. Madden 24 isn't that mid. Here is Madden 24, though, and the non-midness it is. It's not mid. It's just... It's like Madden 25, I feel like, is worse than Madden 24. So... I don't know. Tell me down below, which one is your favorite intro personally? My favorite is Madden 2008. And I feel like it's going to be like that for every single Madden. But it has to be. And then Madden 09 is the worst Madden because Madden 09 is the shortest intro Madden. And Madden 08 has the best, coolest intro where it actually shows off, like, you know, the best players and stuff like that. And I don't know. I like that little extra touch of detail. I think it actually adds a little bit extra amp to it. Madden 11 is very close, though. I really do like how it shows like the tailgating and fans getting food. It's just, again, the whole point of this is to add realism to the game and make it feel as realistic as possible. So anything that adds realism is always a W in my book, right? Always add realism as much as possible. But now we have Madden 25, the latest and greatest edition of the EA Sports repertoire. Potato. I don't know. But if you guys want me to do another team, tell me down below which team you want me to do. I'm really just, again, this series is based on what people are asking. If someone wants to see it, I'll go ahead and do it. If someone doesn't want to see it, then I probably won't do it. So kind of like, you know, my other series I did when it came to looking at stadiums over the last 25 years and how much they changed. It's kind of like a, you know, case by case basic. But I'll see you guys in the next one though. Peace out.